This podcast brought to you by All Weather Decks. Let All Weather Decks create your outdoor living space. Decks, patios, roofs, pergolas, walls, and fire pits, large or small. Give All Weather Decks a call at 913-206-1974 or go to allweatherdecks.net.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is the Border Patrol on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Thank you so much for joining us. It's Monday morning, August 30th, 2021. Stephen St. John and Nate Bucati with Jake Gutierrez. Thanks a lot for spending your Monday morning with us. You heard some highlights there from Salvador Perez and the Royals. They lost yesterday, but they won the series, and Salvi has hit home runs in 5 consecutive games. Salvi is the first Royals player to hit 8 home runs on a single road trip.
Thank you, my friend.
Hit 8 home runs on this road trip. He's the first player in the majors to hit 8 home runs on a road trip since Ryan Zimmerman did it back in September of 2013. 8 home runs on a single road trip. By hitting home runs in 5 consecutive games, Salvi ties the Royals franchise record. Nate can't be trusted, so I'll ask Jake. Whose record did he tie? Who owned that record? What Royal? 5 straight games with a home run. Okay.
I don't know if I heard this. Mike Sweeney?
Yeah.
Is that?
There you go. You definitely heard it. You just, shouldn't be your first guess. Where'd you hear it?
I think on the broadcast this weekend, maybe.
There you go.
I wasn't sure if that was, he's been breaking and tying.
Right, there's so many records. Right.
So yeah.
Salvi ties the Royals franchise record with a home run in 5 straight games. Mike Sweeney did it in 2002. And look, whatever Elias Sports Bureau or whoever is in charge of the official records saw that Kansas City and the Royals were having too much fun with this, and so they decided to chime in. The actual record only counts for home runs while you play catcher in that game, so he actually only has blah, blah, he's blah, 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 blah. Well, thankfully no one is going to pay attention to them in Kansas City, and Salvi has set the AL record for homers in a season by a primary catcher. I like the way the Royals put that, passing Carlton Fisk. So we don't care what you have to say. We don't care what you have to say, Elias Sports Bureau. I get it. You got to have tradition and everything else. But at some point, shut up. Nobody asked you. And if somebody did ask them, shut up. You shouldn't have asked them. Don't worry about it. Hey, Carlton Fisk was a catcher. No one's going to argue that, right? Salvi's a catcher. Does anybody want to argue that? Okay? Carlton Fisk hit 37. That was the record. So I'm not interested in anyone telling me any different. Am I wrong? Probably. But guess what? I don't care. How many does Salvi have now?
38.
There you go. How many did Fisk have?
37.
New record. There we go. The Stevens Sports Bureau has declared this an American League record.
By the way, in the middle of the chase, no one said anything about, he's chasing it.
Because they find it, they're the killers of joy.
And then as soon as it happens, nope. No, actually, he's going after Pudge Rodriguez.
I hate myself.
He holds the record.
Sometimes for criticizing analytics and numbers guys. But sometimes it's just like the joy killers.
Let it go.
There's some dude running numbers that still wants to argue with people about whether or not Salvi is going to be a Hall of Fame candidate. Just shut up and watch him play and enjoy this. Because guess what? Your numbers didn't predict this season coming a couple years ago, did it? Now did it. Your charts and your Excel and your what else? Say something else. What else could
access?
Your PowerPoint. All those numbers that you
Microsoft Access.
all these numbers that run your life and tell you what to think about baseball. 2 years ago, did they say, "Oh, by the way, Salvi's going to drop 40 bombs in 2021"? No,
actually, the algorithm projected that.
No algorithm projected nothing. Okay.
I wanted to vomit when I read that.
There's a great quote when the vomit win.
When I read that on.
There's a great, but guess what?
Real.
That's one of the reasons why young people have started to hate baseball, because they are the killers of fun sometimes. Oh, they're having too much joy. Let's stop that. Let's put a stop to that. Like, some dude in front of his computer says, all these people are talking about Salvi being a Hall of Fame candidate. Let me go ahead and pee in their Cheerios immediately. Everyone just stop it. Salvi is having one of the greatest seasons we've ever seen from a catcher. Embrace it. Love it. Salvi has established himself as a Hall of Fame candidate. Embrace it. Stop trying to fight it. Salvi has 38 home runs. He's a catcher. No one's going to argue he's a catcher. Carlton Fisk had 37. He was a catcher. Now, our catcher has more home runs than he did when he was a catcher, and so now he's the American League record setter. He holds the record for most home runs by a catcher. I like the Royals still put out the graphic. They use the language primary catcher, which is 75% of the games, whatever. No one's arguing that, except for some dude that decided, Kansas City's having a little bit too much fun. Let me. No. So now I ignore you. You're just about irrelevant anyway, so whatever. We don't quote the Elias Sports Bureau that much, do we?
No.
Okay, then. Well, we're not going to it all
now.
There it is. Let's see, Nate usually takes a different angle. Nate, will you not recognize Salvador Perez as setting this record?
Well, so how many home runs has he hit as a non-catcher?
I don't want to get into it. Did you ever read the article? It was in the Star, and everyone fought about it. Do you
punch people?
No.
Good for you. I'm happy for you. You got your head in the clouds, don't you?
I'm happy for you, because when I read it, I wanted to break my phone.
Right. He's
not even chasing Carlton Fisk.
Yeah, now they're saying he's chasing Pudge. So, Pudge Rodriguez, right?
So he has 26 as a catcher? Or what was it yesterday?
I'm not paying attention to those numbers.
Okay. Well,
you look up the numbers. I'm telling you what the argument. He still needed like 9 or 10 now.
10. Well, 10. It was 10 on Saturday, but I don't know. Was he DHing yesterday or did he catch?
I think O'Hearn DH'd.
Yeah, so he needs 9
because
he doesn't need anything. He's got the record.
Right.
He doesn't need anything. We're not talking. About
do we really want to go down the road of Pudge Rodriguez?
Right.
And the legitimacy of his record. So now, should we talk about that, Elias Sports Bureau? I mean, where are we?
Can we get a pee sample real quick?
I mean, really? I mean, honestly here.
With some blood work? Can we get some old blood work from Pudge?
I think it's too late.
Are you sure?
Yes. Have you seen him?
No.
Okay.
Is he putting the Pudge in Pudge Rodriguez now?
No, he's just very slender. He's no longer.
He's nice and trim.
Opposite.
He's no longer. He does not. He no longer looks like active Pudge Rodriguez. Right? And I shouldn't even do it because I love Pudge Rodriguez.
Yeah, he's great.
When it was out, I said, the Royals need a Pudge Rodriguez. Royals got one, and the Royals beat his record. And Pudge, what am I?
Yeah, I really didn't. I thought we weren't going to talk about this.
Well, Nate asked.
Fair enough.
Tell him what the numbers are. Then I don't know.
Well, Pudge had 35 as a catcher, so they're saying the Salvi going into yesterday had 25, so now he has 26 since he caught yesterday, so he needs 9 to break the record. And
so you can roll with that, Nate? There you go.
So 37 wasn't even the record.
There's your answer.
I'll just look at it. He's got a chance to break even more records.
But you're going after Johnny Bench now.
The point is, they're just, that's right.
We're going after Johnny Bench.
Right.
Going after 40.
That's the record.
Yes.
Right, the record we've talked about until they say, wait a minute
Saturday,
now. Last thing, hold,
He's going after Fisk, and then he's going after Bench. Bench has the whole time. Apparently, Bench doesn't have the record anymore.
Sure, it's the Jake Sports Bureau. That's what I like. I'll take that.
Whatever, dude.
I'll take that.
Who's Elias, anyways? Punch Elias in his face.
Here. Salvi set the record.
Yes, he did.
Already. And look, you asked me, do you think he can get to 45? Maybe. He hits a home run every day.
Right.
He can't hit one today because they're off, but he hits a home run every day he plays.
It's the only way you can cool him off.
He has a home run in 5 straight games. What else can you say? What else do you want to say? Nate, say something.
The defensive warp?
No.
I don't know.
No. And see, the Royals, good for you, Royals. Congratulations. I'm looking at the Royals Twitter account, and they tweet out a beautiful graphic of Pudge Fisk in the background, Carlton Fisk in the background, and Salvi in front of him, and it says Salvador Perez, 38 home runs, single season record by a catcher, by an American League catcher. Passes Carlton Fisk, and then a little fine print at the bottom, minimum 75% of games played a catcher. That's right. And they tweeted, no American League catcher has ever hit more home runs in a season than Salvador Perez.
None. Not a one.
Amen, Royals Twitter. Let me find out
Not once,
who
not
runs
ever.
this Twitter account for the Royals, and let me buy that person
Some cakes and ice
cold
cream.
beer, cakes and ice cream, Andy's frozen custard, Shemeka's Italian sausage, Schlotsky's sandwiches, whatever they want, I'll buy it for them. Because they handle it the right way. You don't back down from the pressure of the Elias Sports Bureau. You celebrate your superstar.
And you maybe
Superstar.
can get your cakes and your ice cream.
Yeah. That's exactly right. I can't believe it. This is 38 home runs. My dude got to 38 home runs, and the calendar still says August. Unfreaking believable. And what a joy to watch. Right?
He's incredible.
You guys use some words to describe this. You're watching it just like I am. I mean, how does it make you feel? What do you think? I mean, how could you like even think at the beginning of the season, wow, Salvi's going to make me love him even more and more and more, and he's going to do things that I thought just were not possible. And he is.
Well, one of the things he's doing is keeping us interested in the Kansas City Royals.
Bingo.
You know, this late in the season when they're otherwise out of it and football season's about to start up.
Yep.
Let me tell you something.
It's a must watch.
I'm just going to be honest with you guys. You guys are both. I'll be honest with you. Nah, a lot of times I lie to Nate, but I'll be honest with you, Jake.
Be honest with me.
Because Nate's not here. So
You don't have to look him in the eye.
usually by this time, unless it's like 2014 or 2015 and the Royals into the postseason, my ass is checked out of everything but college football, the NFL, and the random boxing pay-per-view or UFC pay-per-view, whatever. But, you know, and that's it. Because that's all my tiny brain has room for.
Sure.
Okay? Because, like, right now, I'm going to tell you what I'm in right now. Ask me what I'm in.
What are you in right now?
What are you in?
Mizzou football game week.
Uh-oh. Oh, boy.
That's what I'm in.
Oh, boy.
And I'm wearing baseball gear. I have some Monarchs hat, but still, I'm wearing baseball gear right now. I'm in Mizzou. I'm in Eli Drinkwitz game week. And I'm also, I'll call this Chiefs game week. Chiefs game weeks. How many more preseason games do I have to sit through? Do you have to sit through between you and the regular season? Let me give you the answer. None.
None games.
0. And knock on this beautiful wood right here. Andy Reid said some of the most glorious words after Game 3 of the preseason. He said, no new injuries out of this game. And I could have kissed him right on his beautiful cheek, mustached face. Because let me ask you the question, as Gunther Cunningham would. Do you think right now that Baltimore loves preseason football?
Let me ask you the question.
I'm going to say no, they don't.
They've won like 20 preseason games in a row.
Yes,
whatever.
they have. They're great to bet on.
Do you think that they would say, you know what, we'll give up some of those wins we had in the preseason this year, and let us have our rising star running back, J.K. Dobbins, back.
I bet you they'd trade all their wins.
J.K. Dobbins is out for the season.
No good.
Because he got hurt in a meaningless preseason football game.
I hope you didn't draft him in a fantasy league.
My draft is tomorrow night, brother.
No, I did not.
My draft tomorrow night, brother.
Yeah, I'm still picking. I'm going to win the division. I'm staying by my pick.
By the way, and I know timing is everything, whatever else, you got to have your draft, your auction after the preseason. I mean, after the preseason. Yep. I mean, now, especially with these 2 weeks,
late.
That's a tough deal. So that's 3 running backs now that we've lost. Cam Akers, Travis Etienne, and now J.K. Dobbins.
Yep.
Whew. That just makes you even more thankful because Clyde did get hurt, and it appears that they dodged a bullet there, but other teams did not.
Right.
And look, the Ravens are deep. They got Gus Edwards. They got a running quarterback and everything else, but almost everyone that I saw had J.K. Dobbins on the list of breakout candidates, and I think, I don't know, I'm not going to speak for you, but I was expecting big things from J.K. Dobbins. And that's just, it sucks. Even though they're the Ravens and we don't root for them and don't want them to win, I don't want players to get hurt.
Right, young,
and it just makes
players.
you sick to see a player get hurt and it's a meaningless football game. You know how I feel about preseason. It's a gut punch. Nate, you and your precious preseason football. I'm going to put that on Nate.
It is my precious.
Some big champion of preseason football. You and your precious preseason football. Huh? Explain
You know
this
what? I
one.
don't care what you say. I love preseason.
You do.
Me too.
Hey, let a player that you really, I don't want to say it, a player that we care about, let something like that happen, and then you will hate preseason football.
Yes.
That's all.
Yeah.
So just that. It's like as soon as that game's over, and then you want to hear Andy Reid say, "Okay, no new injuries." Okay, got through that one. But yeah, we're. This is football now, and Salvi is like, no. Who would call her the show at 6:21 in the a.m. on a Monday?
Fine listeners.
We don't even take calls like at 7, 8, and 9 o'clock.
It's a guy calling and going, "Hey man, I can't believe that Bucati really likes preseason that much. What's wrong with him, man?
He's an idiot. That guy's a dope."
But to your point, usually on this day, I'm in here talking, oh, look at this slate of college football games we got coming up. You got Mizzou and Central Michigan. You got Kansas debuting the new coach on a Friday Night Lights.
Yeah.
You got K-State going to AT&T Stadium to take on Stanford.
Yeah.
This is a full buffet of delicious football.
Recap Nebraska getting their asses handed to them.
They came back and made it a one-score game, and if you bet on Nebraska, and we told you not to, Stan and I told you not to.
Woo-hoo.
Did we not?
Oh, yeah, but I love it.
What did I win?
We told you don't bet on
know
them.
you did.
I watched that game. Let me tell you something. There were some LOL moments in that deal.
6.5, and I snagged it up.
There was a LOL. They were at one point were they down 30-9. I was like, oh boy. I'm going to guess that Jake's not going to win this bet.
No, I'm not. But hey, that's right. You kick the year off,
Yeah,
baby.
that's right.
I don't care. I lost.
One team,
Football, the biggest game of my life away.
and Illinois lost their starting quarterback in the first quarter.
Right. I was like, this will be all right.
It looked like one team did look like they lost their starting quarterback in the first quarter, and they had a brand new coaching staff, and they're starting to rebuild. And then one team looked like they had been doing things for a while, maybe third or fourth year. But let me tell you, that was Illinois. It looked like they had a clue. What's this year now for Scott Frost?
His last year.
Wow.
Great.
But how many years has he been there? He's been there a minute.
Yeah, he has.
Is it 4? It feels like 4.
I think it's year 4, right?
Damn, is it already 4?
I'm gonna tell you.
I was about to say 3, but I
Check
don't
your
care.
stats.
I'll check it. God, if that's year 4. Yeah, Nate's right. His last.
What did Stan say? What did we talk about on Friday?
Stan knows his football.
Stan said no. Yes, he does, but he said this is. It almost feels like it's. I mean, if you're Scott Frost, you can't lose this game.
Right.
You're going to a bad Illinois team with a brand new coach. They're figuring things out. You can't start the season off losing that game. And boy, did they. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was 30-9. And I'm watching this damn game like, what is going on here?
Going into his fourth season. First season.
I think Nate might have
watching investigations on you. That's always the best.
I think Nate might have hit it on the head there.
Yeah.
I watched a good. I watched a giant chunk of that football game. And let me tell you, for a while it was
12
just
and 21 there.
Yeah, well, Did you watch any of that?
Yeah.
It was a gay. You can take what you can get. I mean, that wasn't the cleanest football game played in the first half, and I'm watching that thing like, oh boy, if Nebraska loses this one. At one point, it was 9-2, which I like scores like that. It's 9-2, and then Nebraska, they had a big interception, and they're getting.